for being here. I've got a lot of Christian words to say about it that I'm sure you've heard before, but I really do mean this. That even though Christian Church in a while ago does an event, like, the church is you guys. You showed up. You are doing this for the community, to bring the hope of Jesus. And I've seen it before. I have been doing this for a bunch of years, like I said on stage. That's why I'm going to keep doing it. Because I see people find a little online, right? A safe way to interact during a season of year where people are amenable to it, their kids get candy, we get to have fun together. Our priority tonight is to show the love of Jesus. So there's going to be a lot of details, a lot of logistics. Just wait until I start talking. But let's not miss that. We're a big team. And I want to say it couldn't happen without you, but I wouldn't even think about doing it without you. Because I'm just one of you. We're all in this together as brothers and sisters in Christ. So thank you so much for your time, for your donations, for your effort. And let's glorify Christ now. Okay? Now, the things I'm really good at is all of the details. So I'm going to go through the teams. If I mention a team that you're on, please pay attention. If I mention a team that you're not on, feel free to ignore me like you usually do. It won't hurt my feelings. Yeah, thank you. But I do want to go over just a few details. If you are decorating the vehicle, I've noticed some of you have already started. Excellent. Thank you so much. But there are assigned spaces. So if you showed up to do that, and you don't know where you need to go, come talk to Andrew. That'll be a later note. But he can show you exactly where to go. We have a list of maps here to make sense of everything for you. We have a list of positions like the one in the email that I sent you. Although email is not entirely reliable, if you didn't get that email, I promise I sent it. I'm sorry if you didn't get it. Candy will be supplied to everyone. I had a few questions this year. Should I bring my own candy? Can I bring my own candy? With only one exception, all of the candy is going to go to us. That's just a safety issue. We distribute it evenly. I make sure it's all safe and good for the kids. So we're going to distribute bags of candies to the people at their farm. If at any point in the night you need more candy, you just let us know. Now, it is still a finite resource. I don't know whether we're going to have too little or whether we're going to have too much. I didn't count all of the pieces, and you probably don't want to be tithing for me to sit and count all the pieces of candy. But I would just say, be mindful, right? That there's going to be something like 28 cars out there today. So somebody's going to get a good run if you just give them 2 or 3 pieces. If they make a second pass, that's all right by me. We're just kids having fun. It's not going to hurt my feelings. And then as the night goes on, we will keep you apprised of how much candy is remaining. And then maybe you start throwing handfuls of candy around. That's okay by me. We want the candy gone at the end of the night. Trust me, half the staff are on diets and going to the gym. They don't want to sit around here. And I hate sweets because I'm such a fun guy. So the candy belongs to the children. Let's get that to them as best as possible, and we'll have a support team available for you. Speaking of that support team, the candy resupply team. There's just a few of you. You will be staged in the preschool foyer. Currently, there's no candy. Miss Steve, thank you very much for nodding. You are now the leader of candy resupply because you've done it before, and I know you're really good at it. So, as usual, all of the candy currently exists in the office. We have them all mixed up in bags. There's even a couple carts. But all of the candy in the office needs to make it to the preschool, and then needs to make it to the people who are decorating their cars, and then kind of keeping them going throughout the night according to need. Part of this job is also volunteer care. Maybe, if you can't get away from your car because you're just one person running a car, you don't want to leave it alone, make sure that person gets some water, make sure maybe they get a hot dog if that's something that they like. And we have some other people working on that too. That'll be a group effort. Yes. No, but at the end of the meeting, I will send you to separate areas so that you guys can have a little powwow. And I'll do that with all the teams except for the people decorating cars. You can just go directly to your car. The next thing will be inflatables. I believe we have 5. And what we really like to do is separate this into 2 one-hour shifts. So nobody's standing there for 2 straight hours. I did not have 10 people sign up. So maybe we'll get some along the way. Maybe there's an American hero who would like to serve for 2 whole hours. Yeah, that's possible. Thank you. All of that, again, in this post-meeting meeting, because we love meetings so much, that will be with Andrew. He has a little sign-up sheet. We'll get it covered. All we really need is to make sure all those spaces are filled, and we know who's taking care of stuff. I asked them again about the rules this year. I signed a contract without reading it, but I asked them again about the rules. They basically just said, no food ranger shoes. In the past, like say the really big slide, it is possible that high winds or if there are too many children, maybe the slide doesn't support their weight. We're just going to use common sense and keep people safe. That's really our only job on the players. There's going to be a line, we're going to send people in a reasonable fashion to make sure children aren't colliding with one another and breaking bones. Next, hot dogs. That's what these tables are for. We've got a great kitchen team. We've got the Harlan's preparing the hot dogs for us. There's going to be water, chips, all that good stuff. The DJ will be making announcements about this, but if anybody's confused, we're coming into the gym entrance. This is a good seating area. We're going to have everything they need in here. Seth Davidson and I'm sure Silas, because I see him next to him, is going to be running our hayride, along with a couple other people to manage the line. It should be hard to miss, but it is really one of the biggest hits tonight. So feel free to remind people to send them that way just because of the L shape of our campus. But that's awesome. I'm sure he's going to be able to handle that just fine. The playground will be open. It's not like I can't close it if I wanted. But yeah, kids can go play on the playground. And then if anybody shows up and says, hey, I planned on decorating my car, handing out candy, and they're not on my list, I've never heard of them, you don't need to send them to me. I have the few spaces in front of building B as overflow parking. So if a stranger shows up, they say, hey, I really wanted to participate, them from church, just go park in front of building B. On this side of the cones, we'll give them some candy, we can rock and roll. I think that's about all I have planned. A very important note for the night. I want to tell you a sob story. Everybody's got stuff going on in their life. But very tiny sob story. You can play the tiniest violin for me. I need to go work on my car tonight because I'm actually still wrecked when my car is broken. So, Andrew is your go-to guy. He's very, very capable. He's also on staff here at CCW. I love the guy. In fact, last year, I didn't ask him for a thing. And he basically ran the event without me. Every time I turned around, I was trying to fix a problem, and I didn't know that because he's a go-getter, he could solve the problems without me even knowing about them. So Andrew's going to be your go-to guy tonight. He's going to have walkie-talkies for some select, let's say, section leaders, or whatever you want to call it. But, there's going to be one in the kitchen, there's going to be one on the hayride, there's going to be one with Andrew supply, just so we can maintain good communication with one another. And then, last but not least, apart from your questions, event staff planners. You don't have to wear these, especially because I probably don't have enough for you, and it might not match your well put together costume. But for example, if you're manning an inflatable, it might help to have something identifying you as a person who should be telling people what to do. So these will be available here for you before you head out. And then when you return them, I would just say, put it on that icon over there. That would be a great place if they all go back to one space. Also, cleanup team. There are 2 of you. No, that's okay. Here's the secret. Everybody's a cleanup team because I know that you are a caring community. So we're all going to pitch in at the end of the night. But for the people who specifically sign up for the cleanup team, I have Andrew will have bags for you. If you're really dumb, you need to take 2 contractor-sized bags inside of our large trash can. But I'm sure you can handle it. If you see trash around campus, we'll pick it up. We want this to be a very recyclable place, a good time to make first impressions. At the end of the night, of course, the people who decorated their car are going to clean up their car, unless they're driving around with all of the decorations. But then all of us can pitch in. There's just going to be a bunch of little small things put back together, namely like these tables and chairs. All these tablecloths, unless you are just in love with wood-lined disposable cheap plastic tablecloths and want to take them home, they're going to go in the trash. And then the tables are going to go in that room, and the chairs are going to go on the stage. That's just something that's helpful to pitch in at the end of the night. Did I miss anything? Do you have any questions? Seth. So, Andrew says 1. I would imagine you're going to be on the same, it was just for the walkie-talkies, which channel. I would imagine, because they might not be used a lot, we can be on the same channel as the registers for the night, and we will have 2 of them on campus, in addition to you. Okay, yeah. All right, any more questions? There's just so many details, it's easy for me to miss something. Okay, good. I'm going to pray. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. And then I'm going to go directly to fixing my stupid car. And Andrew's your guy. All right? Again, thank you guys so much. I really am impressed. And if it weren't for Andrew, I would